All right, so Seyi Tinubu, I feel the need to say this to you. You need to be very useful to us. First of all, your father is old, and the people around him, their brains are dusty.
I watched this very video yesterday where video was actually advising and urging Seyi Tinubu to step up as the closest person to the president and to the government, emphasizing that after seeing China's rapid development, he believes that Nigeria can actually achieve such similar progress if only the right information is passed down or passed to the ear canals of the right people in the government. And that is the reason why he believes that Seyi Tinubu, being a youth, can actually influence that very change if he actually passed the information to the government or to his father. And what are the things that VDM saw in China that marveled him? The fast train, the wonders of China, and all. These are the things that are not bigger than our resources. I mean, we can cater for all these things. Why then are these things not done? Which brings to that very big question. Why does it seem that it's almost impossible for the past leaders and the present leaders to fix this very country or provide those very things that seems like, I mean, this is nothing. Electricity is nothing. Providing fast trains is nothing. Providing quality education is nothing, or scholarships is nothing. Providing water is nothing. These are the things that we shouldn't be requesting from you people. These are the things that we believe that should have been solved a long time ago. The answer lies in one fundamental problem: a deep-rooted lack of financial literacy. It might sound vague, it might sound so untrue, but if you pay attention to details, you will see that the development pace is that of a snail speed, despite having the resources that we have, despite being blessed. Instead of using the funds for redevelopment, we keep hearing ridiculous amounts being stashed away, looted away by these very politicians. Ridiculous amount that you know that is enough for a state. Every single person in a single state. At the end of the day, we'll still go and borrow to replace stolen funds. Not to revive a struggling economy or invest in growth, but to replace stolen funds. How do we expect miracle or magic to even happen? Nigeria's corruption and underdevelopment are not just about greed. They stem from a place of flawed money mindset. And also understand that greed is a trait of those who lack financial literacy. Yes, greed. Yes, because a lack of financial literacy can often lead to poor money management, impulsive financial decisions, and an inability to differentiate between wealth creation and reckless accumulations. This is why we have countless records of ridiculous amounts stolen and looted by our politicians and our elites. Some storing them in personal accounts abroad, and some not blessed enough to even touch that money or spend that money before they die. It's all about the mindset, it's all about the mentality, the orientation. Money for them is about position, not about value creation. Take someone like Dino Melaye, for example, with this collection of cars running in high millions of dollars, as if he's actually preparing to produce the next Fast and Furious 11, as if he's actually preparing business of Uber for the elites. Ask yourself, what is he doing with all those cars? Nothing. It's all about position, not value creation. We're not even talking to them because the orientation is not there. Then how do we now fix this very mindset? If this is the problem, by voting for a business person, somebody who is actually business at heart. Because if you check our past leaders, you can actually tell that the people or those who have actually performed well are those who have business acumen. Nigeria doesn't need a traditional politician to lead them again. Nigeria needs a politician with a business acumen, a politically motivated person with a business acumen to lead them, not just a politician. We've been suffering with this politician thing. We need a politically motivated person with a business acumen. If the person enters into power and sees business opportunity rather than looting, it is better for us. I'm not saying that if you vote a person with a business acumen, there won't be corruption, there won't be all these vices. There will be, but then there will be development because he'll be reinvesting in the society. But most of all these leaders do not see that value of reinvesting in the society because they are getting that money from a source that doesn't lack. They loot it. It's a free money. There's nobody that has free money that knows the value, that knows the worth. Now look at the past presidencies, Olusegun Obasanjo. You can actually tell that he's actually the best performer when it comes to economic policies, debt relief, and reforms. The worst insecurity is Jonathan. The most controversial is Buhari and Tinubu. Economic struggles and mixed, policies. It was OBJ's approach that brought GSM revolution, opened up Nigeria's telecom sectors, MTN, Glo, and Airtel, allowed private investors to take over failing government enterprises, and introduced EFCC and ICPC for accountability. Then if you try to judge it from how they actually performed and link into having business sense, you get to realize that Olusegun Obasanjo, before and after his service, was actively into agriculture, which is actually business. When you look into Goodluck Jonathan's history, you get to realize that he has more of academic and political background. When you take a dive into Buhari's history and profile, even though he is partly into agriculture through cattle, his profile speaks more of military. Right? Then when you look at Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you get to realize that his political career and his political profile overshadows his business side. Stealing and hoarding money is totally foolish. The real power lies in reinvesting it and tripling its value and securing it for long-term gains. Bitter truth is that our leaders don't understand financial literacy. The wealth is actually open for them in such a way that they don't struggle to get that money. They don't rely on their salaries alone. They don't also rely on deals alone. They rely mostly on looting. Any looted money does not have any value until it's reinvested. You don't save looted money. My point in all of this is that before we get that person that will pay attention to what VDM is actually advising Seyi Tinubu, that person must have business acumen, politically charged, but then have business acumen, because it will take a person with business sense to come into Nigeria, the government, and see business rather than seeing looting. So the core of it all is that there is a need for a politically motivated person who has business sense to rule. What other people are seeing where they're going to loot, they're actually seeing how they're going to triple that money by reinvesting it in the society or doing business for his own gains. But the beautiful side of it is that while all the structures are set in place, is benefiting everybody. The country becomes more beautiful, it creates more jobs, it enhances the economy as well. Financial literacy is not something that comes through the school traditionally. It comes from being raised in an environment that values money for its impact. At the end of the day, I don't care who brings this change, whether Tinubu, Seyi Tinubu, P2B, or who. I just want to witness it. I want to witness Nigeria work. Without it, we'll keep watching leaders mismanage wealth, mismanage funds, because you can't possibly build what you don't understand. They don't understand the value of money.